Hello, my topic is questionnaire raising. My name is Guadalupe Lima Lopez, and in this video, we're going to learn what is questionnaire raising, what are the characteristics, and how to apply it in a classroom or in a class. The characteristics of questionnaire raising. The first characteristic is that the learners are expected to utilize intellectual effort to understand the target feature, incomplete the understanding of the grammatical structure. The cultural raising is an approach to teach second language to students, but without grammar. So one of the characteristics of the approach is to understand the target future, the second language, but incomplete the understanding of the grammatical structure by leads to clarification in the form of future data and description. Why is a approach without a grammatical explanation or grammatical structure is because the conscious rating has the purpose to make conscious of the students to have to how to the grammatical sentences or the sentences are structured. For that reason, it's not a grammatical explanation on the conscious rating classes. And learners may be required to articulate the rules describing the grammatical feature. This is like EDIS 2002. And what involves the conditional raising approach to teach English. The conditional raising approach involves the next. Conditional raising involves an attempt to equip the learners with an understanding of a specific grammar feature to develop explicit knowledge or the quantitative knowledge. One way to teach explicit knowledge of grammar is through grammar discovery activities. In the conditional raising, the activities are no specific or to grammar, is to an explicit knowledge, for example, with short repetition or some drills on some PPP, presentation, practice, and production, in which the learners reproduce the grammatical sense, but with specific examples, not with the grammatical structure, and with examples the learner has caution, comparing both examples of some examples of what are the structure of the sentence of the grammatical sense. The objective of the conditional raising have several purposes, for example, to direct learners on their own. For that reason, make to have attention to the grammar feature, but not specific on on a command or an simple instruction of the teacher. To help the learners to make forming connections and to compare and to make our own definition of the concept, and to help learners to acquire positional knowledge which can be used to understand input and monitor their own output. And it is an again the consciousness because if the learner has conscience of what are they doing or what are he or she doing, they have to correct their own mistakes on a previous exercise or sorry, a next exercise. And the content writing uh, also help learners to acquire constitutional knowledge, which can be used to understand input and monitor another input, for example, of the um, classmates, and it's all for the content writing in, a very little explanation. Content writing has the purpose to create an ability to understand topics by himself or himself without a teacher explanation, and very different way to teach grammar. No word and no very specific in a grammar structure, and it's also my part. I help you learn something and